I hate it.
Hold up.
Okay, guys, so yes, I said I hate it, but hold on. This room is one of my guest rooms, and it may be small, but it's about to have a whole lot of personality. My vision for this room is to turn it into a warm, coastal, modern retreat layered with texture and woven pieces, soft linens, and warm woods, ambient lighting, and a beach mural that is going to drive me absolutely crazy. But right now, in part one, let's see what we can get done. Okay, so this room has been somewhat put together, but now that the supervisor is staying in it, we gotta get it straightened out. So we're gonna actually finish up this guest room because, yeah, I'm gonna be changing out the headboards because I have this headboard. I had bought 2 of those a while ago, and then I ended up finding these, which I really wanted a natural, so I have to sell those. So I'll sell those, but these are the headboards that I originally wanted, but as you know, seagrass woven is super expensive. I have to bring these down in terms of color because you can see that these are super yellow, and then this has more of a browner tone to it. And then we have to put up the wallpaper mural. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on this. We're gonna hang up these curtains that I bought last year. They're really cute. I wish I could find another set, but they're really cute. Those are gonna go up there.
What about this?
That's the rod. That's the rod that
this
goes.
Will go with this?
Mm-hmm, yep. And so we got some light fixtures to hang up. We have sheets that I purchased since last year. I love this sort of washed linen. It says cotton, but I love those. And so I have these. They were on sale. I went all over the place looking for a set. So I have 2 sets actually. This one and a gray one, same. I have these are actually table runners, but I'm going to turn them into bed skirts because these beds that I bought, they don't have any bed skirts. So I'm actually gonna attach them so that they are bed skirts. All right, so we got a lot of work to do. What are we gonna do?
We're gonna get to it.
Uh-oh. Okay, while I continue in 2026 to clean out that room, I wanted to show you this rug. I picked up this rug in 2025 from Temu, but I have seen it in other places. I've seen it as early as like a couple of weeks back, and I think I saw it on Amazon. But I like this rug. The blue bowl pattern works really well with this room. It's supposed to be machine washable if you can find a machine big enough to fit it in. It's an 8x10, and I wish I had gotten one slightly bigger, but it is what it is. The room isn't that big to begin with, and there's gonna be so much furniture in there. Now, this is something else that I picked up from Temu. These pillowcases are actually embroidered. I know they have a lot of things on their website that is actually 2D, so you got to be careful, but these are actually embroidered, and I love them. I love the texture. Okay, so we're still in last year, and I saw these on Marketplace for $90 for the set. So that's me hurrying up to go pick them up. And no, I didn't have to spend anything extra on the budget truck because I already had it since I was moving my things into the new house. So no extra money there, $90. These are actually brand new. never used. Look at them. 90 bucks for the whole set. 2 beds, frames, mattresses, box springs. This was a score for sure. So I got the first frame and box spring in. I'm going to have to get some skirts to go over this. I don't have any right now, but as I bring things in, I'm hitting it with this. You guys probably familiar with this microban. This was like the rave during, you know, the panty dammy, but this stuff is great. So I'm sanitizing everything. Even though this set is brand new, I don't think it's ever been slept on. It was still in someone else's house, so I want to sanitize it anyway. And then when I put the mattress on and all of that stuff, it'll have a mattress cover as well. So at this time, I didn't have headboards, but I did end up buying these from someone on Marketplace. I paid more for these headboards than I did for the beds, $120. And then I saw these, the ones I showed you before, but no, I didn't pay $695 for them, but that's how much they were because they're vintage and that's what they were selling for on Etsy. Yeah, I remember them days.
How are you?
Great. Perfect. Okay.
Over there.
Okay. Yeah, no, they look great. Perfect, perfect. Okay.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Okay, got the headboards. They look great. And then she gave me this, which she just gave it to me because it's broken. But I'm going to do a little DIY to that. So, yay! Okay, back to present day. We got most of the stuff moved out of the room, minus the beds. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the mural. It looks very nice, but trust me, looks can be deceiving. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is lay it out and start to cut. As you can see, that says 1 of 7, so there's 7 pieces. I bought this so long ago that I can't even remember what my ratio was going to be from wall to wall and ceiling to floor. So I have to lay it all out and do the measurements and then make sure that I start in the right spot. Pause, guys. I want you to hear what I said, the right spot, before I start hanging things up. So I'm gonna trim them, because I may be cutting off some of the cloud, because this is longer than I have this baseboard here. And I don't want to start up there, and then I'd rather cut some of the cloud off. So I just got to get them all even. And then, so I'm going to cut them all first. The other thing I need to do is get my tape, use my tape measure to measure the wall itself, and then measure the size of each one of these, so I know exactly where I'm stopping, where I'm starting, because again, I bought this stuff so long ago. Like, I've had this wallpaper for at least a year, and I'm not sure what the measurements are. So I gotta go back and, I'm just gonna measure this and measure my wall. Okay, so each paper was 19.25 times 7 pieces. That's 134.75 minus 140 inches for my wall leaves me with 5.25 divided by 2 leaves me with about 2.5 inches on each side. Now, you couldn't tell me I wasn't ready. I went over, I had a little bit extra, had my laser, my line was completely straight, and I hate this paper. It's super thin. It's already torn on me twice. And there's another tear right here, which I'm gonna have to try and fix. And then that other tear came from up here. Just trying to get these lines straight so that the horizon line is straight. But I hate this paper. First, I hate that there was no lines on the back for me to follow. It's very thin and it bends and creases very easily. So yeah, I hate it. I don't want to recommend it. It is what I was looking for in terms of style, the colors and everything for this room. But yeah, I'm just over it, and I'm only 2 slices in, and I got 5 more slices. First of all, I'm 1.5 slice in. So I'm just irritated, and now I gotta like patch things up because of this. It tears so, like, it's so cheap, and considering what it costs, I would have expected it to be much better. Yeah, so yeah, we'll see how it turns out, or if I end up just ripping the whole goddamn thing down and painting the wall or doing something completely different, because at this point I'm irritated. So there will be no pulling this off and putting it back on. Like, I don't know, the clouds don't even look like they match. Damn! But this is definitely not lining up. And I had piece 2 of piece 7, and the first one I put up was 1. I think I was supposed to go 1 from that way and then 2. So yeah, I done fucked this all the way up. Okay, I got that piece off, but I already cut the outlet for that piece. So now I have to see if I can get this piece off in one piece and put it over there. Otherwise, it's a wrap on this. Okay, let me tell you, I would not have been able to move this thing if the supervisor wasn't here, because it wrinkled and crinkled and it stuck to itself. And there's, like, you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like super duper wrinkled. It was sticking to itself. I was about to boil it all up and throw it on the floor. I was so irritated, but he held the bottom of it so that I could move it. And then of course I have this hole, which I'm gonna have to patch because I had already cut it for the outlet, but it'll be behind stuff, so I'm not worried about it. But oh my God, this is so stressful. I hate this paper. One thing that I have been doing is taking it and cutting it in the back, just a piece, so that I can flip it over. So that way I'm not trying to hang the whole entire thing at one time. I'm just trying to stick this piece where it needs to go, and then I'll go ahead and do the top, and then I can do the bottom. But that's been the only solution that I can really offer, and the other is don't buy this paper. So I'm literally underneath here, and I just stuck that piece on, and then I can start working my way up, and then after that I can work my way down. It sounds simple, but it's not, because if it gets stuck and you have to pull it, then it rips. So it's horrible, but whatever. Well, I can already tell you that I hate it. The paper. There are seams. I started out with a level on that side, and eventually had to keep shifting it, cutting it, and shifting it. So I have one piece left, and I know that that one piece is only 19¼ inches, and so I'm gonna have a huge gap at the top, a smaller gap at the bottom, and not so much on that side. So I wish I had shifted it just a little bit more to account for the overage. My horizon line is straight, and that's all I really care about at this point. The beds are gonna be here, so I don't really care about all that extra stuff down there, because you're not gonna see it anyway. But it is what it is. And so, yeah, I think when everything else is in the room, you won't even really notice. But it's just really stressing me out because I spent a lot of money on this paper and it's cheap as hell. This is unbelievable. Look at that gap compared to how I started out. Nice and straight. And then eventually it just got crazy. And I had to keep moving it and moving it and moving it. And then this is what I ended up with. Not to mention the ceiling is so much higher on this side because I cut those papers the same, but I don't have enough at the bottom. And it just, the overlaps are awful and definitely not my best work. But you know what? I'm gonna put the panels on the side like I was gonna do in the first place and be done with it. Only now I can't use 3-inch trim. I have to use like 5 or 6-inch trim. Good Lord, this is crazy. So I was looking at these light fixtures, but then they came up on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, just scored these just now from Facebook Marketplace. 40 bucks. Very cute. So, another score. Okay, so I'm gonna hang these light fixtures, but I do not intend to hardwire them. So I'm going to be using the rechargeable light bulbs in those. They're more gonna be for accent lighting. So I'm still gonna use the bracket that it came with. I'm just going to go ahead and put 2 screws in the ceiling. It's okay, I'll patch it later. Sometimes it's easier to just do a screw patch as opposed to pulling that 3M stuff off because it ends up pulling away a lot more. So I'm gonna hang these up, center them over the bed, over each bed. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys the bulbs that I got. They also come with a remote control, so you can change the colorway, but I'm gonna keep it simple. Okay, so this comes with this little magnetic part, just in case if you don't have this. I have this I can screw into. So this piece comes off, as you can see, and then you can just attach this. And so that's a magnet right there. But I am going to actually be using it with the E26 thread because I have the thread on my light fixture. So if you don't have an actual light fixture and you're changing something else into a lamp, then you can use these. You don't need that part. Okay, so I had this curtain rod from the townhouse. I love it because I just love it. And it's part of the Michael Strahan collection. Anyway, I cannot find the brackets to put it on the wall. So when I was in the dollar store, I found these wall hooks, which I thought were pretty interesting. And I figured, why not just put these on the wall and then just hang the thing right on top of that? Because they're cute, right? Okay, so the Monstera leaf might not meet your theme or your purpose, but look and see if you can find some hooks that'll work in your space. Yeah or no? I tried so hard to get these bolts off of here, because I don't need these metal brackets since I already have them on the bed, but I could not get them off. They're rusted on and I tried everything to get them off. So I just had to pull out my multi-tool and I am cutting these bolts off to get them out. Okay, so I just made up this little wash with some paint and some water. I'm just adding this in here and then just wiping it back to get rid of that yellow. And it seems to be working, but you can definitely see the difference between, say, that and that. So I want to bring this one over so you can see the difference. See how that yellow is like completely toned down now? Love it. Okay, so when both of them were done, I went in with a walnut stain. I just sprayed that on and I did the same exact technique. I just wiped it away so that the brown would get into the crevices, and I love the way that it turned out. So I went to Home Depot and I picked up these pieces of trim. They are about 5.5 inches wide and they were like $17, $18 a piece. So not too bad, but unfortunately that's the size I had to use in order to cover up the gaps. At the top, I'm just using these command strips or whatever. And then I use my countersinking bit, that one, to, oh, don't fall, baby gear, to countersink the hole so I could put a screw through there. And then this way, this is not gonna come down. It's in there good. And then it's just being held up at the top by the command strip. And then I'll probably put another screw at the bottom where you won't see it. This will get covered up. That's why I countersink that in there. So the screw is not sitting on the top, it's deep within. So I'm just gonna fill that a little bit and then make a note of it that it's there. Okay, so here is another one of my secondhand finds, Facebook Marketplace, but $3.29 at Lowe's, $2.38 at Walmart, but check out how much I paid for those. So cute.
Yeah, right?
So cute. And they're perfect, like in terms of the size, because I don't have a lot of room.
I like the color too. It's
yeah,
neutral,
that's a nice.
and kind of goes with anything, right?
I like it.
Okay.
Perfect. There you go.
You're welcome.
$40. Okay, got them home, and you'll get to see them in the room when I'm done. Okay, so the other table that I'm using in the center of the room is this end table / ottoman. I picked this up at Thrifted It in Jacksonville, North Carolina when I lived in the townhouse. And of course, I'm repurposing this because it is a good find. I had it in between the sofas at one point, but this is sort of the comparables. And for $45, that was a steal. I also found this blanket ladder on Facebook Marketplace. I don't like the way she had it styled, so let's go ahead and style it. Now, I found this yummy. Oh my God, it's like a sweater, this blanket. And I found this one at Habitat for Humanity. I brought it home, washed it, smells so good, and it's so soft. Oh my gosh, it's like a teddy bear. It's like a hug, I love it. So yeah, I'm gonna put this over here on this blanket rack. See, cute. I want to create a whole little moment in this corner. So I think I'm gonna add like some driftwood over here and might do some uplighting because I picked up some of those on the thrift store, and we'll see. I thought about putting some art on the wall, but I had Sabali hang some things up there just holding it, and I wasn't crazy about it. I always wanted to do some art on the floor, so I'm thinking I may end up putting some art on the floor, and I have the perfect piece in mind. This artwork, it's just of these surfboards, but I love that it was in this nice sort of muted sepia tone. And yeah, of course, I could probably have created something, but I like this. And it was only a few bucks. So I'm gonna frame this and hopefully I'll be able to fit it in the room somewhere. So make sure you stick around for that. So far, I love the way it looks. Guys will actually remember these ottoman, but I had these since my tiny house. And I have pieces that I love and absolutely refuse to get rid of, so I will continue to repurpose them. The two of these are two of those pieces that I love. You actually saw me reuse these in my office, in the townhouse as well. I love the legs, and I love that they actually match really nicely the legs on the nightstand. And I would say that was a happy accident, but it wasn't. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, these are going to match. And it's going to work really nicely with the table that I purchased also for this room. I put these ottoman over here at the end of the bed, and I also have some really cute trays that tie in, and they're going to keep things in them so that my guests can have little extras and something to take home. So those are going to sit right on top of the ottoman, but it's starting to come together. Love it. You'll get to see everything once we do the reveal video, but for now, I kind of just wanted to give you a little taste of what's happening here. These little plants that I put together, they were also in my office in the townhouse, and I did a whole video on how I created these and how I saw them in Home Goods, and they were like 50-60 bucks a piece, I think. But this is one pot plant that I painted and then sat into these baskets that I got from, I want to say it was Ross, but you have to go back and watch the office video from the townhouse, and you'll get to see the full gamut of how these beauties came together. But I thought they would be perfect for this room. And take a look at how nicely the headboards came out. They were toned down quite a bit. You can see they tie in so much nicer with the woods and the other colors in the room. That yellow is gone. And you can see down here, I just went ahead and attached them to the bed frame through the screw holes. So the headboards look good. I love it. Love the way that they came out. And considering they were only $20 a piece from what they normally sell for, consider that they are vintage. I love it. Okay, so I have been taking my table runners and ran it around like that. I'm just using the staple gun to attach it to the box spring. There is a scallop in here, and I wanted to see that, so that's why I didn't overlap it, but I am going to put some fabric behind it so that you can actually see the scallop and it's exposed. Anyway, if you're wondering why I decided to use table runners, one, it's a nice fabric, pretty nice luxury fabric. They were on clearance for $8. And you know, fabric is super expensive, and I'm always telling you guys, you know, think outside the box. I knew that I wanted bed skirts to go around here, and why not use a table runner? So I bought 4 of them for $8, so 24 bucks. And I got these nice velvety fabric, and it's pretty heavy. with this nice scallop on it, and I like those. So it's covering up the box spring. A lot of beds now don't even use box springs, but I love that these have the old school box springs. So yeah, so like I said, I'm just using my staple gun, stapling it in certain areas just to keep it from, you know, coming off, but it's hiding the bed frame, and that's what I wanted it to do. And that's definitely not as expensive as it would have cost me to get. I mean, I could have just bought some bed skirts, but I don't think they would have been as nice. Yeah. Told you guys I was gonna put those on there. So these have a nice towel teddy bear kind of feel. So I'm gonna put these on to protect these mattresses, because as I told you guys, even though I got them on Marketplace, they were brand new, and I wanna make sure that I protect these. So these you can wash easily because they come right off. So I will make sure I link these for you guys, but they're breathable and they're also waterproof. Feel nice and soft. I think that they're gonna actually make the sheets feel a little bit softer, even though the sheets are soft and they're that 100% washed cotton. The more you wash them, the softer they get, kind of like a linen. But I chose this taupe color. You can actually get them in different colors. But yeah, they're super, super cute.
It's really nice.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's why I wanted you to see it, but I like it. So this is just gonna go under the sheets. And then we're gonna put the sheets right on top, but it feels nice. Oh, dance break? Oh, okay. I didn't know it was dance break time. I love this blanket. It is so soft and comfortable. I ended up doing a queen size in this room because I wanted the blankets to just sort of drape over. So they are a little bit big, but I like the way that they just drape the entire bed. But this is so soft, and trust me, it's so soft. I love these blankets. They feel almost like a muslin, but they got a little bit more fluff to them inside, but they are so comfortable. And I ended up pinning the corners because this was hanging down on the floor and I didn't want it to be a tripping hazard. So I just put a little safety pin in here. I'll eventually probably tie some ribbon on there so we don't have to worry about pins, but for now, looks great. The bed skirt, you don't even really see it, but I know it's there. When the sheets are pulled back, you don't have to worry about looking at box springs. There's that. And then I found these really yummy blankets at HomeSense last year, so don't go looking for them because they won't be there. But they are so comfortable. Again, texture galore. I just love having different textures and everything in a space. This is what brings me joy. And so these are just gonna sort of hang out here on the end of the bed, but you'll get a chance to see everything once we do the reveal. Also thrifted. This was when I was living in the townhouse, and I had these in my bedroom, but they are super cool. Again, more texture, and I paid $5 for those each. These are the pillowcases. I love these. I got those from Temu. Love those. I've had those for a minute. And then there are my knot pillows. I'm super fond of them, and I feel like they are adding another layer of dimension, texture. I'm just super, super tactile. I love to just touch on these things, and it brings me a lot of joy. So I'm super happy with the way the room is coming out. Okay, so I went ahead and hung up the television with this bracket that I got from Walmart. I think it was like maybe $19.99. Not sure. You can use that barcode there though. But yeah, so that worked. Got the TV hung up. That's another TV that I got from Habitat for Humanity. I'm pretty sure it was like maybe 30 bucks. 35, something like that. So I have some picture frames up here on this shelf. One that I got from, I think, Salvation Army for 3 bucks. And this one, I'm not even sure, probably like another $1 or something. And I want to put some artwork in those. These cute little light fixtures in a thrift store in Jacksonville. And they are working out really cute in this room. I think they were $4.99. But yeah, so I have some, this is actually artwork from a photo that I shot when I was in Mexico, and I turned it into sort of like an oil painting. I really love this, but I'm not sure if I want to use it in here. And then this is just an Our House magazine, one of their catalogs. And I'm looking at the different shapes, and so you guys know how I like to just find stuff. So I like the way this shape looks. I like these colors from here to here. And I kind of think I might want to use these shapes too as artwork. So we'll see. I'm going to play around with it. Add a little succulent to this shelf from Ross. Okay, so that is not bad for magazine cuttings, because that's all that is. The artwork that I took from the Our House magazine, and I just framed it. So art really isn't about spending a whole lot of money. It's just taking the time to actually frame something so that it looks intentional. And there we go. Just a cute little moment up there, adding more texture, more visual ambiance. I just love it. Looks so cute. And then of course we have to do some cord management, but I have a small table that's going right here, little glass table similar to the one I had in my guest room in Mexico, but I want to put the table up before I do any cord management so I can make sure it's done properly. Starting to come together, and I love it now, considering I started out hating not necessarily the room, but this wallpaper. So I just wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek. This is not like a full reveal. I just wanted you to see where we are going with it. We still have to do some things with the window treatment. We have a full thrifting haul styling video to do. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, hit that like button, hit that hype button, and show your girl some love in the comments, and I will see you guys later. Love you. Bye!